Testing. Mic check, mic check. All right, so let's jump out here to our scanner. I got four on the move right now. The first one is move, then NXTT, then GMHS up 120 to 23%, and then SMX up here up 29%. All right, so other than those two, I have SOGP that had popped up just a little bit. This morning back up to 20%. So this one was a wild mover yesterday, especially on the catalyst that it had. Went from $5 up to 16 bucks. Dropped down into aftermarket back to $10, went back up to 17, ended up popping up there at some point today at 18 and then coming back down. So definitely a wild mover there. But today it is not the top of the to-do list. Today GMHS is leading the way. Also a mover from yesterday was CWD. Had a pretty nice pre-market, sold off on the day to this daily level of 245. Rallied back from 245, popped up here to $5 at the end of the day. So like 230 something, it popped up and ended up making a little bit of move, but now it's gone silent. Clean that off. So we have four today. GMHS is leading the way with 30 million shares traded. 30 million shares traded there. NXTT going on down. Now, only one has catalyst on the day, which is SMX. Let me look at what that catalyst is. SMX, it says it offers free licensing of global plastics passport technology to effectuate an exclusive UN plastic treaty. Okay, that's not the killer news that I was, but it is Friday, so let's see. As well-meaning and lengthy debates may be, the bottom line is, okay, so we saw this kind of thing yesterday. Are they talking any more about money? No, they are not. Another Singaporean like company has a RVOL, so GMHS has the most RVOL right now, 72 times its normal. Move has 17, SMX has 17. So the majority of the focus, and you can look at the volume and see where the majority of the trades have been. 31 million shares traded on GMHS. So news popped yesterday afternoon on this GMHS. It says that Game House Holdings Inc. announces a 5 million share repurchase program. So they're buying back shares. Move has a catalyst of, they were granted a listing to extension by NASDAQ, so that's not the hottest news. And then this one offers a free licensing of global whatever. That's not the hottest news either. So I guess the repurchase program is taking precedence on today. We'll see if anything else pops up, but it's Friday, end of the week. This is the last day of the month for trading. So we'll see if any opportunities come out of it. Let's also look at the daily chart for GH or GMHS. Okay. So it had a high up here of 349. Good morning, Danielle. High up here of 349 there. Let's go ahead and put that as a possible daily level, 350. Possible daily level. Pre-market high was 274. So down here somewhere, 274. Pre-market high. Change that color to blue. All right, so below this, let's see, we got 245. Neither one of these are super obvious as stop points, but it did do a couple of things. Let's see where these 188. Okay, so the most obvious thing is the pre-market and this daily 349. Well, other than that, I'm not sure. Because we're looking for something that everybody would be like, oh yeah, this thing is it. So I mean, 234, there's a little range that could be in here. 231, 233, maybe down to the 225. I'll mark 225. That's a $0.25 level. We'll see how it does there. But that is an absolute guesstimation, so we'll see. You know what? No, I'm not even gonna play with that. It's not obvious enough. But yeah, for right now, the scans are looking like this. I got 3 up here: GMHS, Move, and SMX. Point of control is at $2 flat. Another one just popped up. This one is 8 or SRXH. Says Health Solutions cancels additional 350 shares, increasing the total number of shares canceled to over. What does that even mean? Okay, so it has catalyst for today. What does this even mean? SRX Health Solutions Inc., a leading global health and wellness company, today announced the cancellation of an additional 350 shares, increasing the total number of shares canceled to over 19 million shares of its capital stock. The cancellation was executed under a settlement share forfeiture. And oh, this was due to a lawsuit, probably. Okay, so they forfeited these shares. Let's see, officers of this. So share forfeiture and mutual release agreement with certain founders and former officers of its Canadian subsidiary. Under to the settlement agreement, certain founders and former officers have forfeited approximately 19 million exchangeable shares, which were generally issued as part of the company's acquisition of SRX Canada. In return, the company agreed to release these parties from specific claims. The company intends to explore all available legal remedy. Okay, so this thing is having legal problems. Okay, so that's not what we're looking for. So we'll just see what comes up and challenges GMHS. Looks like GMHS may be, what is this, a Chinese company? Keep seeing Shanghai in their news reports. Yep. Okay. So GameHouse Holdings, a technology-driven mobile game publishing company, distributes mobile games created by its developer partners across gaming markets worldwide. It engages in sale of virtual items associated with mobile games as well as advertisements within mobile games. The company is based in Shanghai, China. All right. So yesterday was a Singapore mover, which was SOGP, and now today we got a Chinese stock leading the day. Okay. Look at where these other ones are based out of. Move, SMX, and these other ones. So Move. Move is out of Pleasanton, California. But super duper weak catalyst, SMX. Out of Dublin, Ireland. Let's see, SRXH, or this was SMX. This is SRXH. This one is out of Canada and London in the United Kingdom. Okay. So right now we're just 15 minutes past where retail traders can kind of, get dug in and see what they want to trade. And right now the decisions are slim, for sure. Slim pickings here. The shares float on these, so GMHS has a higher float to be moving in pre-market. So I'll be careful on that one. SRXH also with the higher float. Move and SMX though have lower floats. SMX has a 1.30 million float, but remember that the catalyst on this one, it says SMS or SMX offers free licensing of its global plastics passport technology. I don't know how hot that news is, but it is a super low float. So let's go look at the daily chart on SMX. Daily chart on SMX definitely has done some reverse splits. Good morning, Tatiana. You did well on CW yesterday and Gate have been in the grip for a few weeks. It bounced news yesterday. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, we looked at CWD earlier. Now it definitely bounced into the afternoon though. I was looking around, I was like, yo, what is this? What's going on over here? It went up here, failed to break out, went right down to this little wait, I'm on the wrong screen. Okay, so it went up here after pre-market, failed to break out, came back down to this daily level we had marked out of the 245 down here. Now, for me, I was like, oh, well, it's reaching a daily level. I don't know what it's going to do here. It went flat after testing this daily level, held above it for a little bit, and it hit, well, quite a bit from 12 o'clock all the way out to 2 o'clock. So about a 3 hour wait there. And then all of a sudden, two, boom, comes up here, gets through the ATR lows. Let me zoom in a little bit. Comes back and retests the ATR lows here. Dips around the ATR low, regathers, and blasts up. So that one was definitely caught off guard because a lot of people, you know, they trade looking for it to do that type of move here in the morning, and it never did do it. So a lot of people lost confidence, lost faith, and all of that good stuff. And I definitely lost faith because at this point, you know, I'm out eating lunch and doing all that stuff. This thing goes, oh yeah, let's just hold up here a little bit, and then got that explosion. Now I don't know if you traded it on this part or if you traded it during pre-market here, but either way it goes, there was some early opportunity and then some super late opportunity. But I know SOGP stole a lot of the eyes from it. SOGP. SOGP stole a lot of eyes from it with the bigger range that it could possibly do. But this thing moved from $5 all the way to $16 in a span of about 5 hours, right? And then it failed. So in about an hour, let's see, from like 2 o'clock, this is 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, failed $7. So from 2 to 4, about not even quite 2 hours, fell pretty much the whole way that it went up in 2 hours when it took 5 hours to get there. And then guess what? Bottled back up around this 10 and went right back to 17 and after hours. Just a super choppy stock all day. But and then you said GRYP is a Trumpy boy stock. Let me go look at that. GRYP. Let's go look at the daily chart on this one. So it looks like it did a little bit of movement yesterday as well. What's the float on this one? GRYP. Oh, it had a higher float too. It must be a newer stock. Why does it? It had a float of 68.66 million shares on GRYP. I don't know if it had any news. I don't remember seeing this one yesterday. No news for yesterday. Let's see, SEC filing. Had an SEC filing of what was this filed? This is digital mining. The following is an article published by Reuters. Okay, so American Bitcoin backed by Trump's sons aims to start trading in September. Why it's got Hong Kong in here though? American Bitcoin, the Bitcoin miner backed by two of the U.S. and this is put out by Hong Kong. That seems like conflicting news there, but okay. Has locked in crypto and traditional investors to back all of the whatever, and they're supposed to start trading then. So Griffin. That does seem like a conflict of interest to have. They've been going back and forth with China for a while, but I don't know. Cautionary note regarding forward-looking information, additional information, blah blah blah. Okay, I don't know. back over here to our, well, on the scan right now, we still got these 4 here. GMHS is a Chinese stock as well. You said you got sucked into TLO. Oh man, let me look at TLO. What happened to it? TLO. I forgot about TLO. What actually happened to it? TLO. Oh, okay. So it looks like, let's see. Oh wow, that thing really made a move down. TLO got, what was the news on it? I forgot. Did it even have news on it? I don't think it did. Telomere Pharmaceuticals. It did have news on yesterday. Oh, this was the potential. See, this is the kind of news that scares me right here. Right here, it says therapies target. Where is it? Is it in here? No, it's well, I mean, you just look at the top here. Telomere Pharmaceuticals reports in vitro data supporting the potential there. That scares me right there. That word right there is, I'm like, potential. Potential of this first class epigenetic therapy influencing DNA melanation or methylation. Oh my gosh. Okay, so pathways in cancer, aging, and age-related diseases. This potential word is what would have got me right there. That might have been why I didn't look at it too much. I just read the headline and saw potential, and I was like, nah. Let's see what else we got here. So, got a Chinese stock leading the day. As for actual low floats, the only 2 actual low floats are Move and SX or SMX with under 10 million shares traded. These are 2 that we would usually, like if it was a Monday, Tuesday, these would be probably where people are looking, but they're being outperformed by some higher float tickers. So these are the shares outstanding. This is the float here. I should probably, I don't know, separate these or something, or make this bigger so you can actually see what the float is here. So that's shares float. This is shares outstanding, because I know that could be confusing. Let me see if any of the other ones are shoved too small. Not really. Okay. So shares float. Move and SMX are the things with the low floats, and then these are a little bit higher float. So I usually don't touch higher float stuff until intraday. The low floats is where it's at for pre-market. But looking at their catalyst, pretty weak catalyst, and they're falling behind if you look in the volume section. So 10 million shares on SMX, 12 million shares on this one on Move, and then down here on this cheaper one, 54 cents, 14 million shares. And then for GMHS, Chinese stock, 36 million shares. So right now, it's just, sit, wait, observe. Don't get cooked. Let me continue to read some of these chats. Is Trump equals shady? Nah, the shady part is that it's from Hong Kong. Like, you know how much turmoil has been going back and forth between, China and Trump and all these tariffs and stuff. And then they're coming out with a coin that is being highly covered by Hong Kong. I'm like, that's shady. Even more so than it being connected to a singular political party. Let me flip over here. Let's look through some of the bigger news while we wait for something to pop. Let me put my headphones on here so I can hear sound effects if something pops out. Okay, so right now, Friday, the only thing that's popping up here for mid to large caps is Alibaba announces June quarter results. Other than that, we are looking pretty regular for right now. So let's jump back over to calendar. See what kind of earnings we got today. We got before market open, Ubiquity. It's the only thing I really see. Bridge Forward Foods. I don't know what that is. All right, so let's go to IPOs. Any IPOs today? Nope. Let's look at conference calls for, what is this? Goldfields, BJ's Wholesale Club Holdings. I don't know any of this, so whatever those are. Let's go to economics. Okay, so Jackson Hole Symposium, that was 8/22. Anything happening today though? I think I did something wrong. This thing to, seems like it's giving me two different dates. Here's what it is. 22nd out here to the 29th. No. Okay, there we go. 29, 29. All right, for today, let's see what's happening. So U.S. Baker oil rig count, U.S. Baker Hughes total rig count. Chicago PMI. This stuff looks like it's looking back though. It says period for August, July. So I don't know about that. Let's see what we got. Government trades. What's this? Secondary offerings. Nothing. Splits. I don't even know what this is talking about. Okay. Squawk. So top stories in Squawk. Let's see. 8/29. So Nucleus is popping here. Is Nucleus popping again? Let me see. Is that for today? Oh, it is popping. Okay, so Nuke is, I made some money on this one earlier this week. Popping up, but I mean the move was right here. This is where I made my money here. Got in here at 8, it's like 8 something, maybe 8:11ish. Came up here, sold, and then it just sold off. It did have catalyst on that day, which is why it was ripping, but today's little rip, it does not look worth it. Jump back over here to SRX. So it says 52 cents now at the high. And this is just Squawk. This is the text version. You know, Squawk is that guy that's on the radio, or it sounds like he's on the radio or something. He's kind of like reading through the news as it comes through. Well, this gives you like the highlights of that. PepsiCo, actually Celsius. Then down here, I got the actual chat for them. So let's see what they're talking about. That's yesterday. Just now. Okay. Anyone having issues with movers? Oh, their movers seem to not be working. Fail court, open mic, chewing on food, has to stop. My guy eating on open mic, that's crazy. All right. So we still got these basic ones trying to reel people in. So right now, GMHS is the one that needs to fail for anything else to happen. So I just keep my eyes on this one, looking for it to fail, but had the pre-market high up here of 274. This is a higher float stock. So it could be very, very choppy. And it has weak news. And it's a Chinese stock. So very got to be very careful with this one. I'm actually looking for it to fail and for something new to pop up. Point of control is down here at $2, almost flat. And not that many obvious things going on over there on this daily chart. I'll be right back. All right. Looks like we got another one popping up called Woof. 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 What is this one? It's got news on today as well. WOOF. Just now, almost hitting 1 million shares traded. Let's see what the news is on this. Looks like shareholder notice. Investigates claims. So Wolf, it's like it's got some investigations going on over here. Not looking great. This is called Petco Health Wellness Company, which is depressing. Just to see all of these litigations and law firms and all these keywords telling you that investors are looking at fraud. Look at all these keywords. Fraud. Let's see. Petco, law comfort, contact this law firm, all this stuff. These are words that I'm like, okay, let me just stay away. Let me just stay away from that. All of those keywords that even in the top headline, I don't even need to read that far into it. I'm like, yeah, if somebody wants to trade that, cool. Let them get cooked. But as you can see, they are getting cooked. I'm trying to jump into a lawsuit environment. All right, so let's jump back over here to GMHS. Coming on down. Let's see if something else can pop up other than Wolf. Something with some relative either bland news, like some neutral news, or because it's Friday, so I'm not expecting any earth, and it's the end of the month. It's the last day to trade on the month. So would very good news drop on today with this overlap? It's being a Friday, being the end of the month. I don't know. I'm very, very cautious and careful because we all like our money, right? Let's see, 36. Let's see what Bitcoin and them are doing on today. Ooh, Bitcoin is under 110 now. Oh boy, that may give some buy opportunities down here. Ethereum pump down as well. Bitcoin, where you at? Bitcoin a little drop down. Ooh. So over the next couple of weeks, I might be looking back at this to take some more positions. We buy on the red, we sell on the green. Or if it's a long-term portfolio, we buy on the red and we hold forever. Forever. All right, so let me see. Wolf here. Go ahead and fell out. We're waiting on you to fail out so something else can come up. Kind of thickly traded on GMHS as well, getting thicker. We just need a slam down. If you guys are seeing anything else or you want to go over anything else, this would be a great time to throw it into the chat and we'll definitely look into it. I'll be keeping my eyes over here, see if anything new pops up, but right now it's just those same four. And it doesn't really matter what it is, dividends or, just a stock that you've been watching or whatever. But if you put it in there, put what kind of position that you're trying to take on it, whether it's a swing or it's a long-term position or if it's a possible day trade. So we'll know how you're trying to attack this thing. Sometimes people will call something out. I'm like, is this a day trade? This can't be a day trade, right? Man, man, man. We just need a big flush on this. But with it being a Chinese stock, and then with the Singapore stock tore everybody's wallets up yesterday. So I'm wondering, are they short's gonna come back for revenge on this Asian stock? Looking at INTG, let's jump to that. INTG, swing trading this one. So let's go look at the daily chart here. Let's see what they talking about. All right, so daily chart had a high up here of 61.61, has come down into this little level, and I think this is all the data that I got for it from 2020 to a high 2021. Then came down here. So let's go look at what this stock is into. INTG. What you getting into? Actually, let me go to Yahoo. That will work a little bit better. INTG. All right, so the Intergroup Corporation profile. The Intergroup Corporation, through its subsidiaries, operates a hotel under the Hilton San Francisco Financial District name in San Francisco, California. The company operates through three segments: hotel operations, real estate operations, and investment transactions. Its hotel consists of guest rooms and luxury suites, a restaurant, a lounge, a private dining room, meeting room space, a gym, a grand ballroom, 5-level underground parking garage, a pedestrian bridge, and a Chinese culture center. The company also invests in income producing instruments, corporate debt, and equity securities, publicly traded investments or investment funds, mortgage backed securities, securities issued by REITs, and other companies that invest primarily in real estate. In addition, it owns, manages, and invests in apartment complexes, single family houses as strategic investments, and commercial real estate property located in the United States, as well as owns unimproved land in Maui, Hawaii. The Intergroup Corporation was founded in 1965 and is based in Los Angeles, California. So I'm wondering, I'm only seeing back to 2020. It's been out since 1965. When did they first IPO? Let me go look at that. So so this is INTG. Okay. Give me some history on INTG. When did, actually let's do comma. When did this company first IPO? Oh man, I misspelled did. We'll see. Okay, so let's see. Date range presented, August. Okay. Let's clear up quick detail. You mentioned INTG and that it, yeah. But Intel Corporation operates under how do you confuse what? What? Why is it giving me Intel? Okay, AI. Let's get it right. Let's get it right. Okay. I am talking about stock ticker INTG. They keep saying, let's start with a quick correction. The ticker for Intel is INTC. No major US. Oh my goodness. What are you even talking about? Okay, let's just start a new chat. Tell me about. Let's just put in the what's the actual company's name? INTG is Intergroup Corp. Tell me about Intergroup Corp. Now, I did not mean to click that yet. Okay, Intergroup Corp. Boy, if they change this to Intel, I'm gonna be like, bruh. I put the name of the company in there. What is going on? Absolutely brilliant timing. Uh, okay. Okay, this is stupid. Yeah, it knows nothing about this ticker. Okay, let's try to do some. What is this ticker? Is this even a ticker? Is this a ETF? What is this thing? I don't understand. Like AI knows nothing about this. Okay, let me go see. This is a um Bundy lodging with 28 employees. How do they not know the Intergroup Corporation? This is insane. Fantastic. Okay. Let's see. Fantastic timing. INTG Intergroup Corporation is a hidden gem that rarely gets the spotlight. Let's break down what's relevant as of August 29, 2025. Company snapshot. So the sector is real estate and hospitality. Okay, it looks like it's got that. Main assets is hotel ownership and real estate. Trading volume thinly traded with higher volatility. Recent news, no major headlines today. Financials, latest filings pending. INTG operates mostly in real estate, blah, blah, blah. We just read that up there. It says no significant news or earnings have hit today. For investors, liquidity and property values are key risks to watch. Visualization opportunity. Would you like a sharp infographic showing their revenue and all that good stuff? Sure. Quarterly revenue, incomes, trends, visualize the stock price. Okay, I don't want to do that. What are the main risks of investing in? Okay, so show me this. That's crazy. Crazy. Show me what you got, big boy. All right. You're asking at a pivotal moment. Intergroup Corporation just released its latest quarterly data, Q3 2025. Let's break down the trends. So, starting in Q3 2023, revenue was 14 million, with net income of 0.61 million. Less revenue Q4, a little bit more, outdoing the past two quarters in 2024. 14, 14, 13, 14, and now Q3, bigger revenue than all of these last ones. Now let's look at the net income though. So what they're actually taking home. So they were at 14 million with a small, a small deficit, 12 million, losing 8 million. So that means 4 million right there. That's a quite a chunk out of there. 15 million looks like they got their debt back under control, 3 million, okay, a little bit higher, 3 million, 2 million. And then on this one, higher revenue and less negative deficit than that Q3 2023. Okay, so NTG's revenue jumped to 16, up nearly 2 million from the previous quarter. Why it matters: this signals potential rebound in operations or asset performance after several quarters of stagnation. Net losses narrowing, net income improved significantly compared to losses. Okay, we just saw it up there. Volatility remains high though. Both revenue and net income have fluctuated sharply over the past 2 years, with some quarters showing deep losses. Okay. So takeaway, INTG's latest results show a marked improvement in both revenue and net income, but the company remains volatile and loss-making. If you're tracking small cap real estate stocks, watch for sustained improvements before considering any strategic moves. Now that's AI's kind of tips or whatever. You do whatever you want to do. Let's see. Draw a chart. We already did that. Or how do the margins compare to other real estate holding companies? Let's do that. What are the main drivers behind? We already know that. Can you summarize debt position? These two are kind of interesting. How do INTG's margins compare to other real estate holding companies? And can you summarize INTG's balance sheet health? Let me jump over here real quick to make sure nothing has popped up over here. Nope. Still doing dead things. All right, back over here. So let's do, these two are the most interesting. I see. What alternative? All right, so let's do this one. How is it holding up in comparison to other real estate holding companies? Okay, you nailed it. Compared to Intergroup Corporation, or no, comparing Intergroup Corporation to its real estate holding peers is a sharp way to gauge its operational efficiency and profitability. Uh, INTG gross margin has 31% gross margin. Um, it has some kind of steep competition here, so looks like everybody else is close to 50% or over. That's gross margin. Operating margin 7%. Our operating margin in comparison to these that are up here to like over 25% for the most part. Net margin, it is in the negatives in comparison to everybody else. But that's to be expected, especially with that volatility. I mean, a lot of investors look for safety when it comes to real estate investing, especially if they're not directly buying houses or property. They look for safety in ETFs or in funds that are less volatile for the housing. Because let's say if something does change and the housing market drastically changes, but it goes in a way that you don't want to go. Will this volatility be so dangerous that it destroys your position? You don't know. So let's see. Margins are significantly lower. Gross operating margins are well. Okay. So this signals weaker cost control, lower pricing power, and assets underperformance compared to larger REITs. Companies like ABV, SPG consistently deliver gross margins above 70% with robust operating and margins. Higher margins reflect economies of scale, better asset quality, and more efficient operations. Okay. Well, I think you're just gonna have to give this one some time because it seems to just be trying to hang on as the competition runs away. So I don't know. I would be patient on that one. Um, and definitely try to buy a low. Wait for it to crash out and then buy a low. But I don't know. With the volatility, it could do a lot. So that's kind of like a stalemate in my brain. Stalemate. GMHS has not crashed out just yet. Go look at these chats. Yeah, that one I wouldn't stick a huge chunk of money in that one for sure. With the operating margins being that like that, especially comparing to their competition, you might be better off just buying a small bit of their competition while you wait on them to do what they are trying to do. So you're not just wasting time with the money that you have planned to do that with. Okay, GMH is still on the struggle bus at 100%. If y'all have any other tickers, we can jump into them too, just to see how they're doing, if they're sweating bullets or not. All right, GMHS came down here twice to this 225 level. It was 225. Did we look at that earlier? What's going on? Why did it come down here 1, 2, 3 times? It's gonna crash this out. I don't know. 225. Let's go to the daily chart and see if 225 held any significance here. $225 was, I mean, it's not a super obvious place, but it is a $0.25 level. Things need to just crash out. All right, Tatiana said, how about AMD? Let's go over to AMD. Okay, so let's jump over to their daily chart first. And so the high has been $227. We got history all the way back to 84 here in TOS. History back to 84. Okay. And it has continued to, AMD is just such a a lot of times when I think of these bigger stocks, I think about what I actually see. So I work in IT. So seeing their processors still in service, it's kind of like when AT&T dropped. I was like, it dropped down, but I I had seen so many AT&T products still in service. I knew it wasn't just gonna die. I was like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna buy AT&T down here at 14 bucks. With this one, it is definitely at a higher price than 14 bucks. It's up here at 168. Let's go deep dive on it. Oh, and before we do that, I see SOGP coming back on. Well, I'll show you guys. I see a couple of movers coming back up here. Let me see if they have any catalysts over here. Let me squeeze the float back down so I can see the catalyst here. Change Arval. Okay, so why AI has catalyst on today, whatever this catalyst is, it says it's an agreement to launch AI RWA. I don't know what that is or whatever. It's $5. It's what's the share float? 6.44 million. Why AI? And then we're gonna get back to the other one that we had. So this one, R vol is a little bit lower. Hasn't even reached one time R vol right now. The daily chart kind of looks a little drastic, but it is up here. So let's look up the daily chart real quick before we jump back over to AMD. Closed yesterday at 382, is up here at 5. It touched 714 up here. 714. Okay. So that was the pre-market high. Pre-market high. Are there any levels that are obvious here? So it's got an obvious level right here, the 519s that is bouncing around right now. 519, 520 level. So this could be, oh, let me change this color to color blue. And then this is a possible daily. Okay. All right, so this is what we got over here. Let's jump back over here. So this is the 519 level that is trying to hold up. Let's look at the catalyst on this though. Whoops, wrong button. Okay, so says Contexa Sports or Connexa Sports Technologies. The Jucoin file. I don't even know what that is. What is this? Jucoin, is that a crypto? Possibly, I don't know. Securities Exchange Commission definitive agreement to jointly establish AI RWA, next generation digital assets. So yes, this is some type of crypto. The venture will focus on emerging market for real world assets and tokenization. Okay, I see. In combination, so it says under the terms of the definitive agreement, YYAI and Jucoin will each contribute 250 million in combination of cash and digital asset toward the launch of AI RWA. The platform will be designed to bridge traditional and digital finance, expanding opportunities for both institutional and retail investors worldwide. Okay, so this is another so Jucoin is another Singapore-based company. Is a recognized leader in digital finance sector with a global platform spanning asset management, blockchain infrastructure, and Web3 applications. Brings experience in traditional finance, public company governance, and capital markets. Together, the partners aim to accelerate the adoption of digital financial solutions while maintaining strong compliance and transparency standards. Okay, so Jucoin. Does Jucoin have a ticker? No, they don't. So it's just YY. Let's see where YYAI is from. YYAI. Okay, amounts. So they're out of Delaware. YYAI out of Delaware. This is a crypto type move. Trying to do something here. So definitely came down here. So this 519 was that daily level that is kind of pressed right on. The point of control is at 528 right now. And it has 1 million shares traded, but it still has a lot of competition above it, with GMHS and all these other ones. So we'll see what it does. Let's jump over to AM, or well, I was about to jump over there. Y'all rather watch? Well, YYAI is doing things right now. Off of this little daily level, the 519, but it's kind of like an odd level, 519. I guess 525 would be a better looker. Threw up a little wick there. High of this wick is 579, bouncing right back off of this 519 there. So interesting, interesting level there. But in connection with a Singapore stock on this digital asset platform that they're trying to build. Just a lot of competition overhead for it. All right, while we wait, I'm gonna go and look at AMD quick. Maybe I don't miss too much over there. Let's go look at AMD real quick. All right, so AMD, what is your recent news? All right, so see, last news was on the 26th. IBM and AMD joined forces to build future of computing. We saw that the other day. It is down 2%. I don't know which way you're trying to play this short or long, but let's see. Or if you're doing options plays, I don't know. AMD. Okay, let's go jump over to any recent news there. AMD. Or more recent news. Not sure. Tell me about AMD. Okay, so tell me about AMD, and how it is improving investor interest. Investor interest. Probably should have marked this one. What was that? YYAI, so I could just look at it on my other screen here. Okay. So it is making a move up on YYAI, 586 after holding above this $5 level here, 519-ish level. What's the float on that one? Float for this one is YYAI float is looking like 6.44 million. Okay, so will it need to recheck that 519? We'll see. Just about 3 million shares traded on it. Everything else on the board has over 10 million though. Has a point of control of 550 right now. Let's jump back over to AMD. Where were we? AMD. Oh, I was on Benzine. Let's see. Okay, so absolutely sharp question. AMD is right at the heart of the semiconductor and AI revolution. And investor interest in 2025 is being shaped by several high impact developments. Let's break down what's driving sentiment and how AMD is positioning itself for growth. So it has the factual data table. So segment data center Q2 revenue is 3.2 billion there. Year over year growth 14%, includes AI chips and CPUs. Total revenue 7.69 billion, 32%. Q2 results beat expectations. Adjusted EPS is a slight miss. Gross margin is 54%. In line with consensus. So Insights AI chip ramp up in product cycle. AMD began volume production of its next gen MI 350 series. YYAI holding up this level of the 515 here. Let me go back and look at this. This looks like it could take out some levels. We'll see. Volume continues to pour in there. But that 519, we'll see if we can get a full test of that. The ATR high of down here is 446. It is trading below the point of control right now. We'll see if it drags that point of control down. Coming down there, formed this little high top here at 582 and sinking down a little bit. Like I said, it's not even 5 million shares traded. Does have an ATR above 5 now. I mean, not an ATR, relative volume above 5 times its normal relative volume at the 519. See how this closes. Coming back up to that 519 level. Is it going to give up the ghost? On the 5 minute, it looks kind of bad. Let's look at the 5 minutes so we can kind of see a better picture of what's going on. This is the 5 minute. Highs that it stopped at was 564s. Through a lower low down here to 495, a test off the $5 whole dollar level. Let's look at the 15 minute. 15 minute wick all the way up there, trading around that 519 right now. So let's see how this closes. Does it want to slip down some more? That $5 level kind of holding, but very close to going down. Yeah, I was about to say very close to going down. We got another one popping up here. What is this? It does not have a catalyst though. SSKN up 28%. SSKN. But I'm gonna keep YYAI on watch just in case for towards the open if it wants to get back over 5, but definitely gave up that level. Came down here hard, tested at 519 there. Let me look over here. That one just doesn't have any kind of real gusto to it, but SSKN has over 19 times its normal trading. So let's just go peek over there. They're starting to kind of wake up here. Here's SSKN. What is the flow on SSKN? It is 4.17 on SSKN. No catalyst right now with just around 1 million shares traded. Let me see what kind of stock this is, SSKN. Oh, let's see what we got. All right, so SSKN says Strataskin Sciences, a medical technology company, develops, commercializes, and markets products for the treatment of dermatologic conditions in the U.S., China, Europe, the Middle East, Asia, Australia, um, South Africa, and Central and South America. It operates through two segments: dermatology, recurring procedures, and dermatology procedures equipment. Okay, so this is a skincare thing out of Horsham, Pennsylvania, incorporated in 1989. Okay, so we shall see. But we do have that other digital asset. I'm gonna keep YY up there, but it's definitely got some work to do for sure. Continues to go down. We'll see if it drops below this 450-ish level. It's gonna need to start closing above this 519 to really show any kind of strength at this point. Okay. Anyway. SSKN dipping down, giving back its little supposed gains. And then we got YYAI on the median point between the bottom of this little uptick was 418 down here. GMHS waking up. So if it's taking eyes back up here, then YYAI might get the volume sucked out of it. GMHS up to 50 million shares traded on the morning. Coming back out of this little dip. So if it's going to continue to play, then I want to see it fell out before anything. I try to do anything else here. It's got 50 million. 50 million. It's up 115% with this high float. Crazy. You said YYAI in the business of tennis bags and portable ball launchers, partnering with crypto. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Some of these crypto moves, it's just like, bruh, come on, man, stop it. But I mean, they do be moving though. they those crypto, like, I'm like, bro, I wonder what crypto that they're trying to actually get into though. Let me see on YYA. Tell me what crypto they're trying to get into. What digital asset, or are they creating their own coin? I'm not sure. What digital asset is YYAI and Jucoin purchasing or creating? Purchasing or creating. What digital asset? Digital asset is this purchasing or creating? Okay, so great question. Staying ahead in the digital asset space is key for any investor. As of now, there's no publicly available data confirming a specific digital asset YYAI and Jucoin are purchasing or creating. It's possible these companies are operating under confidentiality or have not made an official announcement yet. If you're tracking early stage crypto projects or token launches, monitoring official. Okay, so they haven't even put it out yet. So that's questionable. Very questionable. Okay, so GM Jucoin Exchange Juke uh yeah, I don't know, man. They're on the fence for me. GMHS is getting way more attention with this. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, wow. GMHS with the popping. Remember, this is a higher flow, so it can pop back as fast as it popped up. 121% up. Still has this pre-market high up here of 274. About 20 cents until that level. Nuke just popped back up as well. NUKK. Just seeing that popping up. We made money on this one last time. Let's go look at the daily chart for Nuke. All right, so Nuke closed at 369 and it is back at 472 today. So 470 up in here somewhere. How much volume do you have, Nuke? 2 million shares. Is catching up with YYAI pretty quickly. Nuke is may end up overrunning YYAI in volume. I wonder will Nuke be a grinder on today? Because I caught the first move on it when it was moving up on that catalyst. So, you know, Nuke may take my interest on today away from these other ones. We'll see though. If it could be a grinder. Give me a nice little 5-10% move. Coming up here to the ATR high here of 480s. But this daily chart is questionable. Had this high topping tick up here to 11. Then got pushed all the way back down. So where's the obvious level for it to be right now? Not really super obvious. Did it have any kind of news on today? No news since the last news that it got, which was Nucleus launches defense subsidiary and secures exclusive U.S. distribution agreement with Blade Ranger to capitalize on booming drone payload market. Yeah, so Nuke is a little looker there. GMHS, is it still rising? Okay, so it hasn't failed out yet, but we do have some things underneath it coming on under. Hopefully they start stealing some of this volume. YYAI back to 15%, so it's kind of falling out of the competition, but Nuke is still holding up here 25%, sucking up some volume. Still waiting for anything else. Let me jump over here to the news feed and see if anything else has popped up. APLD. I know Mike D usually trades this on Applied Digital. Finalizes additional 150 megawatt lease for with CoreWeave in North Dakota. Is the news that I'm seeing today for at 7 o'clock. Applied Digital finalizes this new lease. So that may help them a little bit. They're up one, almost going towards 2% there on Applied Digital. YYAI all the way back down to 8% up on the day, pretty much gave everything back. So definitely wasn't any rush. It could not hold up that 519 level. Go ahead and clean that one off the list. It's gonna have to pop all the way back through everything to try to be a winner on the day. But Nuke and GMS head-to-head combatants right now. Let me look what the overall market is doing as well. Overall market is down right now. Looking over here on the NQ. So yesterday we had a nice little rise up to the 23,800s, and now we are coming back to about a midpoint here on Friday, selling off. So definitely interesting movements here. Nuke coming on back. Top side was 474. Got this 480 up here. I would love to see it pass $5 and start holding 5 for continuation, but we'll see. Nice little move up there. Still holding that 25%. Point of control over here on GMHS is 250. Right, so Nuke moving on up there to the ATR high there. Let's see if it gets big rejection or what. Okay, slipped through it quite nicely. We'll see how it holds this level. Previous range down here that was traded was around the 450s. Up 31% right now. So it is back in the game. At least back on the watch list. Right there at that ATR high. Let's see if it finds any type of pressure here. Closing this candle. Let's see what you want to do. Looking for that pullback to hold. Let's go over to the 5-minute. Here's the 5-minute on Nuke. ATR high 480. Look at the 15-minute. So the bottom of this 15 minutes all the way down here, 413. Back to the 1-minute chart. Almost 5 million shares traded on it. It's got 5 times the relative volume now, so it is meeting most of the criteria. Most of it. It's going to pop 5 or it's going to find some heavy resistance here. 5 got tapped. Pop 5. All right. So we have hit target level. Let's see how this thing holds up here. Got the ATR high down here at 480. Previous level under here where point of control is at 453. Trying to hold up 5, finding a little bit of a struggle at 5, but that's okay. It's got time. It's only got 5 million shares traded here so far. So pre-market high at this about the $5 flat level here. Will it be able to hold this 480 though? $489. Okay, a little slip down there. So can't start holding this level. Slipping on down there to it. Okay, so definitely some holding above this 180 level there. Okay. It's retesting 5 on a lower high. Volume rushing in here right at that $5 level. So I'm gonna make sure that's not short stepping up right here. A lot of volume right at that $5 level. Okay, so back to the 480 here. So that $5 hold dollar level. So $5 is a very significant point for like prop traders and all of them, right? Once it passes $5, they're a lot more willing to trade it to the upside, but coming to $5 from the bottom, it's a very heavily shorted point. So if we get an accumulation there, maybe there'll be something later on in the day, but it's back to this 480 level, this ATR high here, which it is struggling at to get back through, but the volume continues to come in. Came in heavy at this level, and now it's coming in pretty heavy at this level. So I'm expecting maybe some continuation of momentum, but a shift would be definitely for it to pop all the way back up here to 5 on this candle would be very that would be a very drastic move. I don't know if it could do it. Giving a little pop back up there, top side 503s. We're still under 5s. Will shorts come back in? Point of control has actually moved up here to 490. So a lot of volume came in here right here on 490. And still holding under 5. GMHS is also continuing to move upward. I hate that stock. I wish it would just go ahead and die out. Okay, so back testing 5 again. Couple of top and tail wicks here. So we got a pretty good test here on the 1 minute. Let's go look at the 5 minute. So this is what the 5 minute is looking like. Top side up here of 503. And we haven't taken out this whole green candle as of yet. Go look at the 15. 15 point of control is all the way down there at the 421s on the 15. Point of control is at the 477. And another top and tail wick under that $5. Okay, let's jump over to GMHS, see what it's doing over here. Not much. Okay, so just a lower high. Well, as soon as I looked over here, it's started to do what it's got going on. Okay. So another little pump up. Yeah, this one's gonna have to fail out for anything else to happen. Very sporadic little jumps up in here. It's a lot of little pushing here on GMS. Let's go look at the 5 and the 15 minute. So we got a top and tail that is being recovered here, but it's still a lower high 260 trading within the wick of this candle. Let's look at the 5 minute. Yeah. Pre-market high, 274. Yep, all the volumes over here. Okay, so yeah, this one's gotta go down. Super unpredictable explosion right there, but for those that got in there, that was a nice test of the pre-market high, and it's got a new pre-market high now. So 302, activate this. It's looking for this one to fail out, but it just keeps on doing things. Look at the daily chart and see where this pre-market high lines up. On GMHS. So it is trading at 301 right here. So the daily level is up here at 349. It got up to this $3 whole dollar level. Found a little bit of resistance there. And 349 is that kind of break to all-time highs on GMHS, but it's a higher float. So, I mean, if it's going to do it, it's probably going to need to do it during pre-market, because during intraday, it's probably going to slow down a little bit, that high float. But yeah, holding around at 281 now. Nuke ended up making a drastic move back under. So we saw it at the $5. This was a 480 ATR high, and now it crashed back under that. So it is what it is. Couldn't hold up. People start focusing on GMHS. It's 302. All right. Man, I want this thing to fail. Still on the 5 minute. Let me switch over to the 1 minute. 1 minute. Right around this previous level that it had came up to the 270s. Point of control right now on the 1 is 250. Does not look like it's done. Just holding these levels. Bottom side is a 275 basically. Top side 287. $quarter level. Very choppy stock, man. Nuke, what you doing? You back up here? Trying to get back over and hold this little 480 level. Faced some heavy resistance up there at 5 the first time. Came back down to this 450. And again, treating this ATR high as some resistance. GMHS is just surprising me a lot today. So being wrong on a Friday, it's like, okay, you know, it is what it is. It's Friday, you know, something that I thought would fall through the floor. Chinese stock up here with they're doing a share repurchase. I really didn't think that was going to be leading the day. So it is what it is. Asian stocks for the end of the month, I guess. Singapore yesterday and Chinese today. Okay, so it's right up here on this level. Trying to get back over and hold that 480, but it's looking like some resistance there. Breakdown of 475. $quarter level is about to break down. Let's see how far it goes. Made a lower low right there. Okay. A little bit more volume came in. Keeps trying this though. Wondering if it's going to actually snap this on one of these times. I don't know. I'd rather see it do it, pull back, and then give me an entry than be getting in right now, because I feel that it's a little wishy-washy, you know. I want to see it actually hold this level of the 480 that is tested and move on through 5. Especially with GMHS not dying. Every time I come back and look at it, it's popping up. All right. Is what it is. All right, so these two I'll be watching. I'll be watching for GMHS to fall and watching Nuke to play today. Maybe something else comes up. If Nuke fails at the open, I'm definitely gonna be switching gears and looking for something else that'll actually hold levels. Nuke does not have catalyst on today, but it had catalyst earlier this week. I don't want to give back the profits that I made on it earlier this week just to try to regain on it. It's no point, right? I already won on it. I already beat you, Nuke. So it's like, I don't know. I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna be looking around and waiting for this one to absolutely take souls on today. But I don't want it to do so much that that the longs don't want to buy anymore. because right now the market is already on its way down. It is red on the day. So having a big shift like that downwards could take the soul out of the market for Friday. And I hope that's not what happens, because already market moving down and then a big slash down on this. But it is what it is. It's last day for trading of this month. Just no rush trading, man. Just taking time, doing due diligence, and trying not to get shaved out here. Anyway, I'm about to get ready for this morning meeting I got in 15 minutes, and I will update you guys on what I'm looking at in the Discord. The Discord is free, no paywalls or anything like that. The link should have been posted in the chat a couple of times if you want to join, but that's where we continue conversations afterwards. But yeah, these are the two, and those are my kind of predictions for GMHS, for it to go down and Nuke to catch a little bit of steam later on in the day. Actually, it might be catching steam right now. What am I talking about? All right, back over this 480 level. Hit down here to the 460, but still under 5. We'll see what a pullback looks like on it, but it's looking pretty explosive. So I'll continue to watch that. This high came up to 490. We'll see if 480 continues to hold it down. But yeah, I got to get out of here. Appreciate you guys for tuning in for sure. Yeah, I'm just gonna give it time. It's got a lot of work to do. I'm gonna definitely. It may dip at the open and try to come up. I'm not sure, but if it can start holding up 5, that's gonna be beautiful for the open. Anyway, like I said, I got to jump off of here. And as always, I'll see you guys Monday morning, unless it's a holiday. I don't think it's a holiday, but see you guys on Monday morning. And we'll be starting a new month. So, new month of, what is September. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Peace.